I thought I'd try something a little different, add some commentary. This is from Friday night's Grand Touring Cup race, 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. So I'm in the black and white car. Element Lobby is in the onboard shot right now, and we just had a great race, great battle. From where you can see, you got a lap car coming out of the pits there. We were pretty much nose to tail the entire race. Just like I said, a really hard fought race. Both of us are pretty good in the Solstice, I would say. I have like a 4,700 rating, and he had like the same thing. So it was a pretty good. It was a pretty good points as well. But just to, you know, his credit and everything, just a great driver. Fast. We both ran like 140.5 around here, which is pretty quick in the Solstice with this current build. So we were duking it out here. I struggle for some reason still with the uphill, as you'll see. I struggle with the uphill, and then right here, this little left-right combination. He was just nailing it the whole way through, and he was definitely catching me. As you can see right there, I kept overdriving it. So that's something I'm gonna have to go back and look at, and you know, see in my review of my tracks and everything. Maybe a setup change or just a driving line change. I got through this one this time pretty good, through one pretty good. And I like this track. It's my first time at Road Atlanta with the Solstice. I know Road Atlanta from like Forza and GTR 2 on the PC, so I'm familiar with the track. I pushed it wide there through the S's coming downhill. I would say this is definitely where I was beating them, though. This is my bread and butter. A downshift into third, and then power off, and then back up into fourth. This was kind of my section. This is my make or break section that I was kind of getting away from him, so he wouldn't be able to drive me going on the long back stretch. Right here, definitely right here, in this tight section right there, I was able to power off and get the grip a little bit better, so I was able to get away from him. Like I said, all race he was definitely putting the pressure on, and I was definitely feeling it. You know, mirror driving sometimes, and you'll really see that when I'm going into like turn one. I kept missing my spot. I got through there a little bit better. He got a little loose, and I got up the uphill. I ran way wide there, way offline. As you can see right there, he actually beats me in the braking, and he's more stable because he's in fourth gear, but on track out, I beat him because I'm in a lower gear and I can just get the grip and kind of punch the throttle out. It's the same thing here. See, he stays in third, I go into second, and I'm able to punch, get the wheels spinning a little bit, get that grip, and just kind of punch out. It's a lot more unstable. You got to be able to, you know, you don't want the car to slide. It's a risk-reward thing, but you are able to escape a little bit, and that was my whole thing. Right here, I go in a little too hot, get a little wide, Here I come in the grass, and this is when he's going to take over. He just had patience and a good move. So now we're riding on board with me, and right here I was kicking myself. I go, you know, dang it. I knew this was going to happen. I kept screwing up in, you know, turn one and that quick little left-right, and sure enough, but I got a good run coming up turn one. I had to back out here. Well, my plan was, you know, just stay close, pressure him. Let's see if we can make him make a mistake. Don't do anything stupid like put it in the grass, you know, and don't overreact, don't panic, don't overdrive the car. That's what I was telling myself. Coming into here, I knew I might have something for him. I knew that I was a little better on drive off through this section, so I set myself up pretty good through here. Could have been better, but this is really where I made my money all race, so to speak. I was able to get off a little bit quicker, and I've got maybe 1 or 2 miles an hour more than him, and as you'll see, it'll pay off. Right here, I was slowly reeling them in, and I didn't know. Right about here, I knew, okay, I can make it. You know, I'm gonna go for it. I need to be aggressive here. It's big points. I need to be aggressive. Down in the braking zone, hard on the brakes. And I was able to slip through. So, like I said, I needed to be aggressive, and I dive in there, make it stick, and roll out of the throttle and back up, and I'm up and I'm out. And that was really the pass for the win eventually. I eventually did get the win. But, you know, just like I said, great, tight racing. And, you know, he'll come back on me here because I lose focus and I get a little wide here and he gets a little out of shape. Track really narrows. I think he could have taken it if he wanted to be a little more aggressive. He was really, really... You know, it's two guys racing with a lot of respect. We've raced in the In-Racing News Challenge and a couple times in Grand Touring now, so we kind of know each other and we have a feel for each other, and I have no problem, you know, racing side by side with him. I know he has great car control, great speed, so it's really fun when you can race with people who are you know, have the same speed, but also, you know, they have that racing etiquette, so to speak. You know, I say that was the winning move or the winning pass or what have you, but in reality, as you'll see coming up, something did happen in this race that I think really changed the dynamic of the race, because I really think he had more speed than I did. You know, later in the stage, I don't know, my tires were going away, but I really didn't get through there very well. And right here, he's just crushing me. There and in turn one, I just could not hang. You know, through the downhill, through the S's, through the tighter section, you know, I'm pretty good at those tight technical tracks, and that's, you know, that's where I don't really like the high-speed undulation stuff. I'm not very good at the high-speed sweeper stuff. As you can see right here, I mean, he had runs, he just couldn't do anything with them, unfortunately, the way the track's set up. But it was definitely a pressure cooker situation. We both commented after the race, you know, he said I was shaking the entire race, and, you know, I was the same way. I don't, you know, for some reason, I can't get over those jitters. You know, I don't know how they do it in a real race car either. I guess you just have more time to think when you're sitting in your living room playing, as opposed to feeling G-forces and what have you, and like in a real car. We were both definitely competing hard, but at the same time nervous. A lot might have to do with, you know, Solstice drivers, we're not really used to racing this hard a lot of the time either. More towards the top echelon, you know, we're usually, as you can see him pulling out here, just trying to rattle my cage a little bit. And he does, you know, I overdrive this corner again, he's still getting a great run through there. But as I was saying, you know, Solstice drivers kind of near the top speed or top tier, you know, when we find each other, we can usually race pretty hard with each other, but, you know, it's kind of few and far between. A lot of people don't drive the Solstice, so there's not a lot to choose from. You can see I kind of slide it in there. I get through one a little bit better. See, that drive off is just really helping me. So you definitely want to downshift into third and power through if your setup allows, you know, and if your car control allows to. That's what I would recommend. The same thing right here. I would definitely go into second gear. I mentioned this is my first race here, first time at this track in this car combination on iRacing, and I didn't really know what to expect. I was really worried about this backstretch. I don't like draft tracks. I don't like Charlotte Road, and I don't like, as you can see, he's just crushing me in this zone right here. Don't like Charlotte. Don't like Watkins Glen, Cup. You know, I'm not a fan of draft tracks. I have just horrible luck, especially at Charlotte. And I was really concerned about that back stretch. You know, that technical, those two right-handers really, you know, you can get away from people, so it's not too draft happy. I'm really getting out of shape through there. And again, he's beating me through there. There's nothing to do with that run. And he doesn't get crazy. You know, he knows there's nothing he can do, and he's not going to get crazy because, you know, there's nothing to do if you know, he tries to slide it in there or dive bomb it in there, and we both touch. Both of our digs are done, you know. And that just comes with the skill level and the experience of you know, a great race car driver. He gets a really, really good run off of here. You know, my second gear, I slid the car a little bit, spun the wheels, so he's going to get a nice run coming through here. Like I said before, it's really a risk-reward situation. And right here, I'm going to give him the inside line. I just pull over, let him have the inside line. I'm going to protect. And right here comes the dynamic of the race. Mazda spins, and we just barely avoid them. And that kind of gives me that separation that I need to kind of just calm it down and cool off a little bit. And after that, that was pretty much it. I got that separation. He started pushing a little too hard and ran off and won. And I was lucky enough to go on to win the race. But like I said, great race. One of the best races I've ever had on iRacing. Pressure cooker stuff. Great fun. You know, really, really great fun. So I look forward to getting back in the car and doing it again and finding some other guys to race against. I think, you know, after a couple seasons in Grand Touring, I'm jumping on the Solstice after, I think, man, I've been on it since I've joined pretty much, and, you know, jumping into the Mustang, so I'm sure this is going to be an every week type of thing with just people nose to tail pressure, and until I can maybe get up to speed and hopefully compete you know, up in the upper ranks. But for right now, sticking with the Solstice and Grand Touring Cup, running a little in racing news. That'll stop after this season, but just great fun, but a lot of pressure. I run it wide there. He does start coming back, and that's why I said I think it really changed the dynamic of the race. You know, he ended up coming back on me, and we were really tight before that MX-5 spun. But you know, that's racing. So that's it. Appreciate you watching.